Yes, we've made it through to week 12. My goodness, the weeks are coming thick and fast as we approach Thanksgiving week. Mike, you're doing very well still on the spreads, 55% on the year. Very good performance put forth by you, and looking forward to keeping it going this week with some big spreads on the line.
Yeah, Mr. 55%. It's still rolling. Um,
Yeah,
I'm still
gone
waiting
up
for the
1%.
other. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop. I have to say, but we'll see how this week goes. There's some interesting games on the slate, so ones that will be pretty tough to pick, I should think. But we'll have a go.
Yeah, we'll have a good old college try at it. And I'll hand it over to you first because I believe we're going to the NFC East for the first game of the week amidst some changes there in New York.
Yeah, so the Buccaneers are going up to New Jersey to play the Giants. Now, Daniel Jones has been demoted to fourth string quarterback here, so the Buccaneers come in as a 6 point favorite. You have to wonder if that line would have been even bigger if Daniel Jones was playing, to be honest. So they think maybe a bit of a. I'm surprised it's that small, to be honest, just the 6 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not going to beat around the bush too much here. I'm even with injuries and whatnot. Buccaneers have sustained. I still think they're going to go and thwack the Giants here. I'll take the Buccaneers.
Yep, in agreement there. Tampa Bay, they're too good a football team to go 4-7. They've got to get back on some wins, you'd think, to be a 500 team by the end of the year. And yes, odd decision. I think the veto's starting.
Yeah.
So Drew Lock not even given the start, which is it's odd for me. So yeah, I think the Giants might be in tank mode here, and the Bucks come on and put a 30 pointer on them or something.
Yeah, tank mode, and I also think they know they're getting rid of Jones. And oh, what's he called again? The backup quarterback, your boy. I always forget his name.
Drew Lock.
And yeah, they know Locke and Jones aren't going to be there next year, so they'll just have one last look at DeVito, see if he can be a backup for them, and then probably move on from all four of their quarterbacks in the offseason. So yeah, the wheels well and truly off for the Giants. Um, NFC East showdown. Predictably quite tough to call these, especially I imagine the Patriots going to be quite a sizable road dog here. Let me have a look. Yeah, Miami are 7.5 point favorites at home. So I can imagine which way you'll probably go with this, Tom, but it's your honor, so you can tell us yourself.
Yeah, gonna have to take the Dolphins. They really
Ooh,
outdid the Raiders last week. That line wasn't big enough for me. I don't think this is a tough one. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I'm not happy with it. I've been impressed with Drake May. I've seen him make some good throws. His footwork look pretty good actually. Coming along there nicely, your boy. Um, I'm not happy with this. I'm just going to have to take the Dolphins because they can blow teams out, especially down there.
yep. I'm going to take the Patriots here. I'm quite happy. It won't be too hot there this time of year. Be much more manageable for the Patriots. And yeah, as the article says here, Drake May is playing above expectations for his rookie year. So yeah, I'm quite happy to take the Patriots. Quite straightforward one for me. I could well be wrong. Dolphins obviously can explode for 40 points on anybody on a given Sunday, but I just don't think it's going to be this Sunday.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That could be a good game, sneaky good game actually.
Yeah, no, I enjoy watching Drake May actually. I'm enjoying watching him develop. So I'll be keeping a keen eye on that one after missing most of the action last weekend. I'll be embedded for all of it this week. You can be sure of that, Tom. Titans at Texans, AFC South carnage. Um,
Oh,
this is going to be a monster line, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh, no. Okay, 7.5 here for the Tehans.
well,
For
and
the
I have to
Tehans.
tell you, Mike, before I don't know, before you pick, I did look at the against the spread for everyone so far this year. The Titans have only covered one spread this year. Well, let that sink in.
Well, I mean that I was feeling a little bit guilty about my pick here, so that just makes me feel a lot better about it. I'm going to take the Texans here to rout the Titans in a divisional match. They've come back well the last couple of weeks. The Texans with a couple of good results. Nico Collins got some game time under his belt last week. I expect him to be back fully healthy. which will really help propel this offense back to its usual standard. And yeah, the Titans are in tank mode, so I'll be taking the Texans here. They're Tejanos.
Yeah, this is a tough ask for the Titans to go there. The AFC South logic says you like a road favorite in this division, where people constantly beat up on each other. In no good faith could I ever take the Titans, though. This is a Texans cover all round for us.
Hmm. This could be close for a long time. That's the thing about the AFC South. This could be tied into the third quarter, but then the Titans will just fall apart. So I think that's
Yeah.
probably what happened. Right. Well, be interesting to see what you do here, Tom, because you've been continuing to back the Cowboys. I just don't know how you can in good conscience anymore. But over to you, over to you, Captain. What do you
No,
think?
that was
You
a bad one last week. I would have beaten you had I sided with you on your NFC East knowledge there last week. So I took a bath on the Cowboys. I won't be doing it again. This is a huge line, Mike. This is a
Mhm.
10-point spread here in favor of
Second,
Washington.
our second biggest of the year, I think, for the Commanders. A
Yeah.
huge line here.
Yeah. And they haven't really won games by huge margins, but this Cowboys team is miserable. They have nothing aside from CeeDee Lamb. I mean, they just try to get CeeDee Lamb the ball every second play. Really, that's their offense. Commanders are going to be too good. Dan Quinn as well knows exactly what's coming. This could be bad for the Cowboys. This is a Commanders cover here.
Yeah, I'm excited to have Jaden Daniels as my fantasy quarterback this week. I think they'll have some pretty good insight into that Cowboys defense from Dan Quinn, as you say. I think the Cowboys have quit on the coaches here. You see a lot of whispering, very English Premier League style whispering behind hands on the sideline to each other. You got to wonder what they're saying here. Probably trying to get the coaches fired. So yeah, I think it's all gone pear shaped. There'll be a cleaning of house next year for the Cowboys, but this particular week it's going to be a big win for the Commanders, I predict. So yes, also taking the Commanders to be clear. The
Yeah.
much hyped Carolina Panthers at Chiefs game. We've been talking about this for it seems like forever, about three
Yeah,
weeks.
goodness. It's finally come around.
Um, so hang on,
This
what's
is
this?
even bigger spread.
Yeah,
This is
KC
this is
minus
not
11. It's a monster.
this is a monster. Oh, a 1 o'clock kick there. Also, I said midday in KC. I'm going to take the Chiefs here.
Ooh,
I
okay.
don't feel that good, but Carolina's biggest weapon is handing the ball off to Chuba and laying in Churley's legs. But the Chiefs' rush defense has been absolutely lights out this year. So I can't see the Panthers get much done that way. And then it's up to Dalton to try and throw it amidst a lot of pressure, you would imagine. So I think all that considered, offensive woes aside for the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs defense just does this one nicely and sends the Panthers packing here. It's a big spread, but I'm happy to back them.
Yeah, be wary of the Chiefs off a loss, I would say. In
Mm.
terms of if you're playing them, you should be quite concerned. I think they'll be fully up for this. Marquise Hollywood Brown has got to get on the field at some point as well for the Chiefs. I don't know if that's happening this week or not, but goodness me.
I think if they
Uh,
don't need playoffs, that's going to happen.
oh, good Lord. Okay, well,
Yeah.
still, regardless, I still think the Chiefs will come in here and absolutely throttle the Panthers and make a point after that brilliant game against the Bills last week. Narrow loss for them.
Mm.
I think they'll set the record straight here. So I'm going to go with you on your Chiefs knowledge and take the Chiefs here as well.
Yeah, sorry. So I thought it was Arrowhead. It's definitely not, but that doesn't impact anything anyway for me.
Not for me.
I've been confused about this fixture for the best part of a month, Mike. Goodness.
Oh yeah, no, you thought it was home. You thought it was 2 weeks ago. I mean, if the Chiefs come in here and stink it up, it'll be quite underwhelming for you.
Yeah, goodness. What's it all been for?
Right. The lands
Oh, this is an interesting one.
mm, at the Colts. Anthony Richardson, finally coming alive last week.
Mm.
Um, Detroit is a 7.5 point favorite. No, I'm quite clear headed on this one, actually. In the Colts dome, I'm going to take the Colts here. I think the Lions are a very good football team. They'll be the number one seed in the NFC this year, but I think the Colts can keep it under 7.5 and make it a more competitive game. Um,
Yeah.
Especially if Richardson's going to play that sort of grown-up style football. They'll play a lot of man coverage, the Lions, which will, you would think, suit Richardson on his scrambles, getting out of the pocket. So yeah, I'm going to take the Colts here. Long story short.
Yep, I'm in agreement. We have a matchup of the two best teams here against the spread. Detroit and Indy have both covered 8 this year so far. I'm just looking. So,
Wow,
yeah,
surprised
very,
with
very
Indy.
good teams. I mean, we've backed them most weeks, to be honest, as well. I'm going to take the Colts. It's home for them. That does mean a little something there. The Lions might slip up here, or be a close win. I think the Colts have enough to cover the 7.5 for sure.
Cool. All right. Um, NFC North matchup. This will be a big line. What is it? Minus
Ooh.
3.5.
Yeah.
What
Uh,
happened with the Bears last week? I don't even watch out for their results anymore. What happened?
I mean, they came back valiantly, I have to say, against the Packers, but they threw it away in the end. I think it was a Cairo Santos miss actually, which is like a very regular thing that happens there.
Which
Um,
bury to bury the Bears. Uh,
yeah,
Lovely.
um, yeah. As you see, their tickets are $119. I mean, that's about 4 times the price of some of these other games we've looked at. Who is going to these games seriously? Um, all that said, this is not big enough for me. The Vikings are a very good team. Even at Soldier Field, I don't think that worries them too much. The Bears with a cover last week against the Packers, so that does say in a divisional game you probably should take them, but I just can't. I think that the Bears just unraveling. I think that was just a bit of a blemish last week. So I'm going to take the Vikings to cover 3.5.
Yeah, me too. Give me Brian Flores versus the rookie quarterback as well. That Green Bay defense is not great. Pretty simple cover 3 scheme there, which will have helped Caleb last week. I think he'll have a much tougher time with Flores. So yeah, I think the Vikings come in and get quite a regulation win here at Soldier. Yeah, probably put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Your plucky Broncos after an absolute rout last week. A routing.
I was fairly brimming at that one. After you proudly bat the Falcons, I do in Denver.
Yeah,
That
well,
was-
I think the Broncos hype might at this point I finally got to accept that it might be a real thing. There might be an actual hype train developing in Denver. Bo Nix throwing 14 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. My word. And
yeah, it
Joe
looked good.
Philbin apparently is going to try and unlock the Raiders O line.
Oh, dear.
Like,
What a throwback that is. Goodness.
look out. Uh, what is it? Denver -6. Well, it's your turn. It's your honor here, Tom, isn't it? Or is it me?
No, it's you. Yeah.
Oh, it's me.
Well,
All
you know who
right.
I'm going to
Well,
pick.
yeah. Well, I've got to take the Broncos here as well. I've picked against them a fair amount this season, and I think probably it's been one of my most inconsistent picks. You've probably been riding the Broncos to quite a few covers, so I'm going to join you this week. I'll take the Bucking Broncos to put a large win on the Raiders.
Yes, absolutely. They've covered 8 of 11 on the season, and yeah, I just don't think this is enough. At Allegiant, there's going to be so many Denver fans traveling up to Vegas the weekend before Thanksgiving. That is going to be an absolute home game for the Broncos, almost. One of the issues with this Raiders relocation. So, yeah, Bows look good. Javonte Williams, as I predicted last week, is coming alive. I was quite proud of that too. They've really got him the ball going. A lot of pundits thinking Estime from Notre Dame was going to be the breakout, but Javonte Williams is a better back. So getting him the ball is a good idea. Bo Nix throwing to Cortland Sutton's been very good. Denver win this by 12 to 14, I think.
The better back in your estimation.
Very good.
Thank you. So they pay me the big bucks, Tom.
No, yeah.
Uh, right. A 2 game late afternoon slate. An absolute nightmare for me here.
My
Um,
goodness.
I don't think I'll be staying up for all of this. Niners at Packers. This will be billed as one of the games of the week, but I really couldn't care less about it. Um,
Right.
so it's yeah, you to go first, right? Yeah,
Yep. So Niners Packers, what's the spread? 3 points.
yeah.
This could very well be a wash. I'm going to take the
Mm.
Packers at Lambeau because I don't trust the Niners at all. I know we did bet on them last week to cover against the Seahawks, and
They duly
they
did.
failed us. Yeah, really failed. So I'm going to take the Packers to just shut this thing down and do enough to win the game on special teams and just a few plays here and there. So Packers win for me.
Okay. In the interest of being different, I'm going to take the Niners here. As I said last week, even though they didn't cover against the Seahawks, they did get a win. And I
Mm.
feel like the 49ers might be one of those teams that just win out from here and go into
Yeah.
the playoffs hot. So that leads me to believe they'll probably come into Lambeau and win. I agree with you. I think the wash. I think this is a field goal game. So the wash is probably the most likely outcome, but the second most likely for me is a Niners win. Actually, I think so. I'm
Mm.
going to take the Niners here.
Okay.
Nice differ.
Ooh. Yeah, you're really falling off the Packers bandwagon nicely as the season goes along.
Yeah, loves turning the ball over a lot. And
Mm.
I don't like
Yeah,
that defense either. That defense is very bland, I've got to say.
very Daron.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cardinals at Seahawks.
Oh, this is a beauty. What a
This is a
game.
this is a good game. I'm looking
Oh,
forward to this one actually. So I'll be tuned in. I might just tune into this in full actually, because I don't
yeah.
care about the Packers or the Niners.
No,
What's the line here? Oh,
minuscule.
Arizona -1. What a line as well. Like just pick a winner.
Oh,
Pick a
yeah.
winner. I'm not afraid of the Seahawks atmosphere anymore, Tom. I think you pointed out earlier in the season.
Yeah.
They've lost in bad fashion at home a few times, and I think the Cards are quite plucky this season. So I'm gonna say they go in there and get a road division win against the Seahawks.
Absolutely. One of the form teams. And I think they had a bye last week, the Cards as well, which probably should factor into this. So I like that. I like the -1. They finally started making them favorites now, the bookies, but a very small favorite. So I'm going to agree with you there. The Cards get a road win here and go atop the West.
We need a Jinx Matthews bowl of Cardinals versus Broncos. Our two preseason hunches. They're both doing well this season,
Yeah, yeah,
for once. Um,
for once.
so
Sunday night game for you.
yeah, just couldn't find it. So yeah, I definitely won't be staying up for this because it's on a ridiculous o'clock in the UK, but it is Eagles at Rams. I'll have to catch it Monday morning if I can. Oh, Nelly, this is tough. Yeah, yeah, we are a road favorite. I knew we would be, but the line is quite short, and that is because last season when we narrowly beat the Rams and we shouldn't have in LA. It was a very close run thing. Um, and the Eagles have won six straight now. I don't think this is an indictment of the Eagles. I think they're still a better football team than the Rams. I think we'd beat them if we came up against them in the postseason. But I just think on a one-off game on the road, it's about time the Eagles lost one because I don't think we'll win out from here. So I think the Eagles might take an L here. So I'm going to take the Rams to win. I think we'll struggle with Stafford. We quite a young secondary for the Eagles. So yeah, I'm going to take the Rams here to cover.
Yeah, it could be a game of missed tackles here with some of
No,
these
the
offensive
nah,
weapons.
nah, nah. So the Eagles are tackling a lot better this year. A lot
Oh,
better.
okay. Oh, that's good. That was
By orders of
not
magnitude. Yeah, Uncle Vic has got them actually tackling and wrapping up correctly this season.
okay. Well, I mean, yeah, they'll be tested by Nakua and Cup. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'll look like an
Um,
idiot now when Cooper DeJean falls off one in the end zone or something.
my boy. Yeah, I like the Eagles here. I think along with the Cards, I would say and maybe the Broncos, the form team at the moment in the NFL. So I'm going to take the Eagles to just do what they do, run the ball, a heavy Saquon game. It's been quite a nice rest for you, having the Sunday game, so give them a bit more time to recover. Um, the Rams have been dodgy on the spreads. I sometimes I back them, sometimes I don't. I'm just going to go with the Eagles because the Eagles have done me well so far. I think yeah, lots of Eagles fans there, and nice to have a differ on this one.
Go Birds. Well, I
Yeah,
hope you're right. I hope you're right. I have a gut feeling I don't like playing teams with good quarterbacks in
yeah,
my Eagles following history. That's never gone well.
yeah, yeah, fair enough. Oh, an enticing Monday night affair. Oh, that's good. It's been a
Harbaugh,
while since we've had one of these.
Harbaugh.
Oh yeah, of course, that's why. Um, 3 point spread. Ravens come in as favorites. Oof. Yeah, Justin Tucker shooting kicks wide all year. What is going on?
Yeah, I know.
Um,
It's
the
good.
the
Don't
Ravens.
we don't have to hear any more about him. He'll be cut in a couple of years and he can just disappear off into the sunset. The most
Start the
hyped, ki- the
opera
most
career.
hyped, the most hyped kicker I've ever heard seen in my life. He is good, but Jesus, it's just a
Yeah.
kicker ultimately.
Um,
What was the line? I've already
the
forgotten.
Ravens are
I went on a Justin Tucker rant and forgot the line. The Ravens are a 3 point favorite on the road here.
that's insulting to the Chargers. The AFC West is looking very strong this year, bar the Raiders. I have to say, the Chargers have been playing some good winning football. They almost let the Bungles back in last week, but I'm very happy to take him here. I think the wash could be on if the Ravens win, but the Ravens don't feel like an 8-4 football team to me. They've got too many deficiencies for me, notably special teams and defense. So I'm going to take the Chargers to cover with a typical Charger game here. They don't really Charger too much these days. It's more just a Harbaugh run the ball, don't turn it over game. And I think that should be enough to beat this Ravens team, you know. So I'm going to take the Chargers.
Yeah, in a hardball, which is going to be a run first downhill football game. I
Mm,
actually think unbelievably, I think this iteration of the Chargers are more prepared to win that kind of game than the Ravens are.
mm,
If the Chargers were going to spread it out and throw it all over the yard, I'd say the Ravens might have a chance in a high scoring game, but the Chargers obviously aren't going to do that. So I think it could suit them here. I think they'll lean on their first overall defense, the Chargers, to try and clamp down on this running game of the Ravens, and then just bludgeon it with time of possession going the other way. So I'm going to take the Chargers as well, and the Harbaugh brothers go. He evens it up for the Super Bowl loss here. Does Jim
yeah.
get them to 1-1 in the series? Harbaugh mania. Luckily, I won't be watching this because while I'll be watching the Eagles highlights, the annoying Monday night ticker will be on in the corner telling me what the score is. So I won't even bother hiding myself from the score for this one. So I won't have to hear all the ridiculous chat about their parents, etc., and how nice their families are. I can just give all of that a good wide berth here.
That's a good point. The over under for how many times their upbringing is mentioned should be discussed. I think I'd set it at 2.5 actually. About their dad raising him in Iowa when he had an assistant coaching job in Iowa there.
Yeah,
How do I know that? I've just heard so many stories about these guys. So there we go. That's two and a
I
half is
remember.
the over under. How
I
much
remember.
the hardball is
I,
mentioned.
I remember once there was a section talking about the Harbaugh brothers' Catholic faith, and how that's powered them to believe that they're right and they don't care what you think. And I just thought, wow, what a terrible attitude to go through life with. So there you go. That's the Harbaughs in a
Very
nutshell.
obvious.
Um,
Dear, oh dear.
so yeah,
Ugh.
happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. Should be a nice Monday night game. You don't get many.
Just have to mute the commentary.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Well, hopefully the Manning cast will be on. That'll be sustainable for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
that brings us to the end of our Odyssey there, Tom.
Well, that was good. Nice and adventurous and big spreads. Let's see if you can stay up at 55%. All the pressure's on you now as we come into the end of the stretch here. I've been out for a while. I'm at 48, well, almost 49%. So not bad. I brought it back a bit, but yeah, intrigued to see if you can keep up your picks.
Yeah, big week of college ball too. The Broncos looking to keep pace there. Your boys and OSU, Indiana tomorrow, so it's a large slate all around.
That's excellent. Yeah, like, intrigued to see how the Hoosiers go against a top team. QB's playing very well, so let's see.
What's the spread in that one?
Ooh, I'll have a look quickly. Maybe we can have just a sub bet on this. Boise State obviously have a tough trip to Wyoming, a night game in Wyoming. Now that's got slip up written all over it, I'm afraid. But let's see. They've been very solid this year, actually, the Broncos. Indiana OSU, Indiana 10.5 point underdogs. I'd be looking at that, taking the 10-0 football team.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah. No, I think that's probably. I think I'd probably take the Hoosiers there because the the Buckeyes don't really blow anybody out. They sort of get up 10, 14 points and then they kind of just run the game out and lean on their defense, which could keep the
Yeah,
Hoosiers in it a little bit more than maybe the experts think. So, yeah, I would probably take the Indiana Hoosiers there on that one.
I think so. Yeah, the key is just trying to clamp down on the big plays from OSU. Because if they don't have the deep ball or the big runs they bust off, that offense from Chip Kelly is a little just sideline to sideline. So yeah, be interesting to see how that all comes to fruition. It's probably one of the games of the year on paper.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Well, very good.
Excellent.
Until next time,
Until next time, ahoy.
go well.